If fear wasn't holding you back, who would you become? If fear wasn't holding you back, how many things would you have accomplished? How many things would you have already succeeded in? Today, I'm going to show you how to eliminate fear and how to finally begin to reach the levels of success that you've been craving, that you've been desiring, that you feel like you've been working so hard for. Because you see, fear has killed so many dreams. Fear has stopped so many people from pursuing the life that they want, from pursuing the opportunities that presented themselves, from creating opportunities, from starting businesses, from freelancing. So many things fear has gotten in the way of. What is fear? Why do we have fear? And how can we eliminate fear in our day-to-day lives, in our day-to-day thought processes, and how we maneuver in the goals and the dreams that we have set for ourselves? You see, when it comes down to it, fear is focusing in on the outcome that we actually don't want to happen. When you think about it, fear is premised upon, in many cases, something that doesn't even exist, but something that we elevate in our minds and put on a pedestal that supersedes the life and the outcomes and the desires that we actually want to create, to manifest, to be a part of. What I want you to do right now is write down all the things that you are fearful of, whether it pertains to your job, whether it pertains to your relationship, your network, your business, and ask yourself, what is feeding this fear that I have? And why do I continue to feed a fear that will not allow me to get to the places that I actually want to go? When you begin to focus in on the positive outcomes, when you begin to focus in on the scenarios that actually revolve around you succeeding, the scenarios that revolve around you reaching the levels of success that you want, fear in many ways becomes disarmed because you're so focused in on everything going as planned or in your favor that fear has nothing else to feed on, because those things manifesting themselves in your life are a result of you taking action and making those things a reality. It's a result of you aligning yourself mentally with that being the life that you want to live. So by you focusing in on the scenarios that don't align with the life that you want to live, the scenarios that are so far off from you succeeding, the scenarios that showcase that you will never get to the levels of success that you want, that's when fear begins to live and thrive in your mind and ultimately in your life. Stop feeding into fear by focusing in on the negative outcomes that you perceive will happen if you pursue the life that you actually want. What if you start the business? And what if it doesn't succeed right away? Does that mean you're a failure? No. That means you tried something and it didn't work out. That means you were brave enough to pursue your passion, your dream. That means you were brave enough to put yourself in a vulnerable position because you care so much about your future, your dreams, your ideas, that you're willing to be a creator, that you're willing to put your best foot forward, knowing that it may not work out, but you're not even thinking about it not working out because you're so focused on making it a reality. Fear cannot live in that environment. Fear cannot live within a person who continues to take action and is steadfast and confident in themselves that they are able to make adjustments on the fly if necessary to continue to pursue the things that they are passionate about, the things that they want to manifest, the things that will make them be able to have and live and thrive in the life that they want to have for themselves. You can take today to disarm the fear that resides in your head by focusing in on the outcomes that you actually want to manifest. If you apply for the job, focus in on actually receiving the job, receiving the offer letter, receiving the salary that you desire. If you start a business, focus in on doing everything you can to ensure that that business succeeds. And understand that failing is a part of success. There is no other way around it. You can't have success without failure, and you can't have failure without success. And once you accept that fact, you understand that fear is nothing more than a roadblock that you create in many ways, that you nurture and cater to, that only serves one purpose. And that purpose is to keep you stuck, stagnant, and afraid. Afraid of taking action, afraid of the what ifs, afraid of your ego being hurt because you didn't get the results that you were looking for. But the great thing about confidence, the great thing about disarming fear is that once it's eliminated, you see things from an entirely new perspective. You go from what if to even if. Even if I fail, I will find another way to succeed. Even if I don't receive the job, I will still land another opportunity. Even if my relationship doesn't work out, I know that I will still be able to find someone and find people and find community that aligns with who I am and where I'm going. Even if. When you think about life in an even if perspective, fear doesn't even come to play, because you understand that even if things don't go the way you want them to go, you are equipped and you are confident enough to know, to pivot, to understand, to thrive in who you are, in what you do, and where you want to go. Don't allow fear to take away your dreams. Don't allow fear to take away the life that you want to create. Don't allow fear to dissuade you from all of the ideas that you feel so passionate about. Because fear will do that time and time again. But when you think of it as an even if perspective and not a what if, you feel a sense of calm. You feel a sense of, in many ways, enlightenment, because you're buying into a perspective that allows you to continue to push forward even in the midst of things not going your way. If that is the case. You can conquer your fear today. You can disarm fear today by adopting an even if mentality, by adopting a mentality that really serves in boosting your confidence, serves in boosting your momentum in a positive way. Fear will never take you to the places you want to go. Fear will never allow you to be the person you want to be. Fear will never provide you with the opportunities that you're looking for. Fear will never get you to the places that you envision for yourself. Confidence will get you to those places. Confidence will take you to the places, the networks, the friendships, the life that you so desire. So today, adopt an even if mindset. Adopt a mindset that supersedes and overrides any element of fear that may deter you and dissuade you from going out and achieving your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. Because we all know that we only have one shot at the life that we live. One. And why not make the most out of it? Why not use this time to learn, to grow, to evolve, and embrace everything that comes with it on the journey to accomplishing the dreams that you have? On the journey. But you have to start the journey. And fear will not allow you to start that journey. But once you understand that even if things go wrong within that journey, you're more than capable of overcoming it. Think about all the things that you're fearful of and adopt a contradictory thought for that fear. If you're afraid of failing, focus in on actually succeeding. If you're afraid that someone will turn you down, focus in on them actually embracing you as a person. If you're afraid of not receiving the job because of your credentials, focus in on receiving a job at a company that embraces your credentials and your resume. And understand that even if it doesn't happen the way you envision it or want it to, that does not mean that it won't. That does not mean that there's not another path to get to where you want to go. Disarm all of your fears today by adopting an even if mindset, and understand that you're fully capable of overcoming, of achieving, of manifesting the life that you want for yourself. Stay safe, stay blessed.